Now, I am going to let y'all talk to each other, and I'm going to let y'all have a conversation about this topic. So, Lily, the floor is yours.
Why were you so late?
So, I'm on Central Time, and I thought it was supposed to be at 6:30 instead of 5:30.
Can't you just Google time differences? Because I'm in the UK and I'm always on time.
I know.
Lonely with another
honestly
5
thought-
subs. Lonely, I love you. Lonely, I love you so much. Lonely, I love you, love you, love you. Thank you so. Okay, keep talking. I'm gonna go mute. Keep talking.
You're okay. I honestly thought that Central Time was the same difference. I don't know why I thought it wasn't.
They need to open back up the schools. You do tattoos, right?
I do what?
Tattoos. How are you 18 and doing tattoos?
Well, I do tattoo skin, like practice skin.
Okay,
okay.
so not real.
Okay,
So you're still in school, right?
No.
Okay. Look at me, please.
I have done on my skin
Just a
before.
quick again. Lonely, I love you. Thank you so much. Chaotic, you are I don't know who the fuck you are. I don't know what CEO you come from, but goddamn it, Iris, I love you. Thank you. Now listen, I need you right now, Ghosty, to go into Discord. And but I do also want to let Lily bring up a point what she wants to bring up before we get you a DTB. So Lily, you may go ahead.
Can I talk about the thing that she said happened in VR, please?
You may.
So basically, this bitch said she got taken advantage of in VR, to put it lightly. If you know what I'm trying to say, you know what I'm trying to say. In VR, out of all of the victims of actual stuff that happens to them, out of all of these people who go to court, who live with trauma and all this, you want to say that happened to you in VR?
No, I didn't say VR.
I was
So
there.
what did you say?
I was there, and I will repeat
real
what you
life.
said. I'll repeat the conversation. I remember. I got perfect memory. You commented, and you said that someone took advantage of you in VR. And I said, and I unmuted my mic, and I remember I said, what the fuck are you talking about VR? I was like, don't be disrespectful. Why don't you block him? And you was like, also in real life. So,
Exactly.
you did say VR.
What you have to say for yourself?
Well, I have been sexually assaulted in real life.
Okay, now
And
just say
talked
essay.
weird in
Say
VR.
essay. Okay.
Essay,
Look,
sorry.
Can I explain why when you say you've been essayed in VR, it's disrespectful? You have the right to block people. When you choose not to, you are allowing them to do it. So you're disrespecting people who real life go through this. If you said you real life go through this, you're clowning yourself because block, bitch.
Exactly. I would
mean-
never say it. I would never say it. It also happened to me in VR. Girl, what the hell? Turn the headset off. Then when you feel okay enough again, if you're that weak-minded, turn it back on, block them, report them. It's the internet. You can take it off.
Stop being so weak.
I know.
We're in 2025. No one gives a fuck about our feelings. There's clowns everywhere, baby. All on the internet. There's clowns left, right, and center. And when you give them power in VR, what do you expect? It's so disrespectful.
Exactly.
And apparently you got phantom sense
No.
on your
Just on my
nose.
face, like on my nose.
Bitch!
It itches. It itches.
Does this feel better?
It itches.
Does this feel better?
It itches.
Do you need me to pick your bogeys?
Silence!
Girl.
This is a serious comment. I'm gonna be honest. This is a serious comment. What has been said? You need to owl up and apologize or some shit, because let me tell you something. You're playing in these people's faces, bitch. With that comment, when it was brought up about you was taken advantage of in VR, bitch, let me tell you something. And I'm gonna say this, and I don't care how it comes across. You let them do it by not blocking them. This is VR. I understand in the real world you might not have a choice, but you're talking about VR. You are not a victim when it comes to this virtual reality shit. You just pretend to be one.
I have been blocking people who are too much for me or being weird.
So why don't you block the person who's taking advantage
you
of
can do
you?
that, but don't use the language. What you used happened to you, because that's not what happened. Because that can't happen in virtual reality. Take the damn headset off, girl. Someone was rude to you. Someone was inappropriate. Not someone you. Because they didn't.
Do you have a phantom pum pum?
What a what? I have no idea what that is.
A cookie, a nunny,
Okay, don't
a
worry.
fairy.
Don't worry.
Oh,
Don't worry.
absolutely not.
Listen. You done fucked up, ghost. You... People in the chat are saying how they've lit an IRL victim of this shit and they're offended.
It's offensive.
It's very offensive.
How?
Can I explain why it's offensive? Because people in the real world, you go through this, right? This nasty thing, don't even ever want to mention it. You go mentioning it and saying what they went through in real life is the same shit you went through in VR when you had the option to block these people. They did not have the option. These people are their uncles, strangers in the streets who can overpower them. You're talking about virtual reality, bitch. Does that answer your question?
But even though you're saying that you guys are offended, I have had it too. And
well, then be offended
I'm
at
scared.
yourself. Just because you're a victim of something, and let's say because you've gone through something traumatizing, doesn't mean to forgive stupid shit you say.
And sorry.
You can relax.
I'm
Take a breath.
trying-
Calm down. Take
no.
a breath. Just relax. In, out. You're good. You're in VR. Nothing can happen to you. Relax.
Yeah. But I'm really sorry that I offended people, because even though that you said well, I don't remember what you actually said, but I have been taken advantage of for a while, and it's easy to, because I'm just scared, because I have trauma from things that happen.
You're talking about real life
and-
right now, right?
Yeah. And
Listen.
it's mostly like, sorry.
It's horrible that you've gone through that. Horrible. And I wish I could click a button right now that would make you forget that trauma. But
Well, I am going through therapy for it.
it
so
doesn't
it's okay.
take away what you said, which offended many people. You know,
Right,
it doesn't take away from it. And people at home feel offended, and they have every right to be offended because you did a disjustice to yourself when you said that. That's why I unmuted. I was cooking food. I unmuted to say something. You cannot get taken advantage of in a game.
It's just the thought of it happening again. It's like a fear that they're gonna do something bad. It's like locked in my brain.
What stops you from
But they
blocking
couldn't
them?
do nothing bad because they're on the internet.
Yeah, you can't feel them.
It's
They
still
can't.
the same.
They can't actually do anything bad.
My brain
What's
still
not clicking
thinks that
here?
they're gonna do something.
You think
What are
that
they
you can
gonna
feel it
do,
when they
their
touch you?
pixels?
No. It
So
just
then
makes
what?
me really uncomfortable.
Well, then why don't you block
Like,
him if you're
You're just
uncomfortable?
coming up with anything at this point, girl. Be so for real. You're just coming up with anything to try and go back on this. Why don't you just stand on your 10 toes and admit that what you said was wrong, what you said was offensive, what you said maybe that you didn't mean it, and even that would be a little bit embarrassing that you didn't mean it because you said what you said. But now all this, oh well, something might happen. Nothing's gonna happen. This is the internet, girl. This is pixels. You can take the damn headset off.
But still, it's the fear of it happening again.
But it's
Okay,
not gonna
listen.
happen.
In real life or
Listen.
game.
Okay, let me say something. The fear of it happening again is different than what you said. You said you was taken advantage of, not that you were felt like you was. You said you was. That is not possible in virtual reality. I understand you have trauma, but let me say something to you, sweetheart. When people make you uncomfortable and you are in a room
You
alone
block them.
with a headset on, you block them. I'm not telling you a theory of evolution. I'm explaining a simple fix, should I say. Like you
And
can't.
I have been blocking people. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. Say what you want to say. We want to hear from you.
I have been blocking people who won't stop because I don't want to get into
Why
it
didn't you
all
block
the
the
time.
person who did
'cause,
it to you?
That's when I couldn't really block people because I felt like it was mean to do it.
When
But
they're taking
my,
advantage of. Can I ask you a question? You not realize you're talking shit right now with this whole excuse?
Uh-huh.
Listen, I'm gonna stop. It's not my court case. It's Lily's.
Thank you. Can I ask? Why didn't you just press the panic button?
I do.
You do. Then why does it happen? If you're doing this, if you're blocking people, if you're doing this to people, if you're getting rid of them, you're doing da-da-da, and you're pressing the panic button, then why are you saying that it happened? It's like it can't be past tense and present tense at the same time. What you said was something so stupid, something so dumb, something that don't make sense, something that didn't happen, and now you're trying to backtrack on it and be like, oh, well, it's tied to my trauma, it's tied to this, it's tied to that. No, it ain't nothing to do with that, because if something ever gets too much, take your headset off, block that person, press the panic button. Yes, it can trigger your trauma, but you're saying that it might happen again. What, in VR, girl? In VR, girl? I don't think so. Like, I'm not buying it. I feel like you're just here right now trying to make it all look fine. What you said was wrong. What you said was downright disrespectful. What you said was downright insensitive for survivors, for people who are survivors, for people who have been victims and are recovering from that.
I need to
say it happened
speak.
in damn VR. You need your head checked.
You, Ghosty, are a fucking liar. You stand in front of me. You're so sensitive. You're so against these things. These things are horrible. These things happen to me. I just went through your groups. Degrade me. Verified sub. Something for horrors. Psychopaths. Let me say something.
Oh my
What you
God.
are calling taking advantage of is something that's a kink to you, bitch. How are you gonna stand in front of me, sitting innocent as fuck, knowing that you think I wasn't gonna check what groups you're in?
I heard that you did.
You're playing in my face right now. You're playing in my face. Don't ever compare your kinky
Girl, she
shit to what real people go through with trauma. Don't ever do that. This shit of people doing this to you, you look at the group shot in, bitch, you wanted it. And now you're standing in front and you're comparing what you go through being a submissive little weirdo to what people in real life who get taken advantage of, who have nowhere to run, who have nowhere to hide, who have no power to overpower the person doing it. And you're up here saying, oh, I'm a victim, but then you're in groups like degrade me, this, that, this, that, this, that. I'm shocked. Lily, you need to speak because I'm gonna speak out of pocket.
It's fine. I'm gonna say, Edie, I'm also so tired of her being quiet because she knows exactly what she's done. She knows exactly what she's doing.
Let me
and
read
it's
more
just
groups.
BS at this point.
She's in
And also-
Attention Babes.
Okay.
She's in Attention Babes. She's in Blood. She's in Degrade Me. She's in. I'm gonna go through them all. I can't say certain names, of course, because they are very inappropriate. She's in something called I Eat Glass. Horror S something Mentally Ill. She's in one called Mentally Ill. She's in one called Masked Man. One called People Pleaser. One called Pet Me. One called Praise and Degrade Me. One called, let me read more, a bunch of succubus things. We're still scrolling down, America. Verified sub.
Oh.
I'm not even going to read what the fuck that last one is because that's disgusting. Let's just say it's something to do with unalivement. Yourself. Uh-huh. And you're standing in front of me being a
This
victim?
is too much.
So, if I have groups that are really bad, I'm obviously lying about if I got essayed.
Bitch, you're talking about VR! You're talking about stuff how people taking advantage of you in VR when you're in groups that promote that! You dickhead! You sat and compared what the fuck you go through to real victims? Real victims, you compared what you go through. Ugh. Lily, I can't. Go ahead, please. I won't interrupt. I apologize.
Okay.
Go ahead.
It's fine. Do you have anything to say? Do you actually want to speak the truth? Because Edie does this with a lot of people. She gives them grace and she lets them speak the truth. Do you want to speak the truth? Were you in one of these freaky, nasty groups and just someone who, I don't know, you didn't find attractive or whatever was chatting to you and that was too much for you? What is going on? What is going on? I'm giving you a chance and I shouldn't be giving you a chance.
It was, I'm not going to say the word, but it was the guy that did something to me when I was 16. He had friended me on VR chat before it happened, and he started that. That's why I said I got essayed in VR, because he wouldn't stop talking like that.
I'm
But
sorry.
I know I
Did
can
it
block.
happen after or before?
Your story is changing.
Did it happen after or before with him?
Your story is changing.
It went after, but before. I never told you
Before, so
about
then you
anything
should-
that I was essayed. But I never told you anything.
You said
about
what, Lily?
Oh, sorry.
Did you hear what she just said?
What?
Did you hear what she just said? She just said the guy who, you know, got her in VR was the guy who did it in real life and he had done it before, but then she also accepted him as a friend in the world and he did it to
I
her.
didn't know
Why is she
he was gonna
accepting
do
him?
this shit. Okay? I didn't
Well,
know
he did it to you
was
in
gonna
real
do
life.
stuff.
He did it to you in real
No,
life.
he did it before.
I need to
He
be
did it.
so honest. I need to be so honest right now. This is very triggering to a lot of people at home. You're saying all this now? Explain why you're in groups that promote that behavior.
Because if I find the
Many
right
of
person,
them.
why can't I?
Oh my god, you are... Let me say something, bitch. Oh, I want to mute on TikTok so bad. Lily, you need to speak because
Do it.
I need, no, I'm gonna go off. You need to speak to her. Speak to her.
Okay. Girl, I'm sorry, but no longer you're a victim of nothing. I'm sorry, but no longer you're a victim of nothing. You can stand here and you can do this baby voice and you can cry all you want. You can do the soft voice and you can cry all you want. You say some disgusting things because we heard what you were saying on the dating show and after that and everything.
Exactly.
Talking about pulling people's eyes out and eating them if they ever crossed you. You're disgusting. You're mentally deranged. That's why I said before you need to be in some place that is for people with have mental health issues. Not only are you a harm to yourself, you're a harm to others. You are going to get other people hurt with your behavior because you're basically standing here right now and saying that what those people do is
It's
fine
right,
because you're letting them get
yes.
away with it. Because he did it to you before and now you're doing it in VR as well. And said, I didn't know he was going to do it again. He's a bad person. If there's so much trauma linked to him, immediately you see him, you should block him. Don't shake your head at me because you know you're getting clocked right now and you're staying silent, you're staying quiet, trying to be all cutesy and demure and everything like that. You are nothing like that. You are not a victim. You are on here on some BS because you like it.
I have proof. I have proof
Of what?
that everything happened.
Of what?
You should have a documentation. When you get restraining order, you should have documentation confirming that. If you could just send me that, please.
I know. My mom
Thank
sent me
you.
the picture.
Who remembers the last court case of a girl called Ghosty? She made some shocking allegations that she was R-worded in VR chat. And then she tried to also state that it happened to her in real life. And a lot of people in the chat got on my ass because they said, why am I questioning this girl's authenticity? And I said, she come in the courtroom and lied. The first thing out of her mouth was a lie. And if you lie to me, baby, I'ma believe you're gonna lie every time you open your mouth. So, we was asking many questions. She said, I have police documents. I can send you the police documents. People said, Edie, don't you think you was a bit too rough on her? Don't you think that what you did was a little intense? I said, listen, let's wait until we get the facts. I asked her to send me it. She said, my mum has it. I said, okay. When is she coming home? She goes, I'll get it for you in a few hours. I said, have you spoke to your mum yet? She goes, I don't have it. But I can send you Discord screenshots of a guy bothering me. Baby, I can send you Discord screenshots of someone saying that you resemble a frog. It doesn't make it true. Now, I have seen how you look. You do resemble some sort of beast. A frog's a compliment, bitch. So, I was waiting for more of this information to come through. I was waiting and waiting and waiting. 1,000 bits. Are you another rich bitch who's come over here, senpai? Fork, thank you for gifting a sub. Now listen to this. Listen to this. I said, send me this evidence. Now. What did she say? No. I said, you said to everyone in the chat that you was going to send evidence. I said you was going to prove it. Guess what she did? Guess what this person did? Who was going to prove to all of you at home that she was telling the truth. Guess what she did? Disappeared from the face of the earth. This bitch unfriended me on VR, on everything. When my viewers caught her, she said she was busy dealing with real issues. They clicked on her Discord profile in VR chat for 4 hours. You know what happened when they called her out? It disappeared from the face of the earth. So did she. Disappeared off Discord and everything because this bitch lied.